A princess is on the run from her creepy brother. Two balding men protect her with some Amazon warrior types. Could I beat the villain? The villain is built up to be the evil prince guy, Fabian or whatever his name is, and then they enter the lands of the Magister, who's like an evil wizard. So you think, actually, it's not going to be the prince, it's going to be the Magister. And then the final battle is with Retic the Lizard Man. So I wasn't really sure who the villain of this film was supposed to be, but yeah, I could take him anyway. How do you improve this film? In some ways, watching this film out of order, or these films out of order, makes them make more sense, but in other ways, it makes them even more annoying. It's clear to me now that basically they've done one big story and divided it up into 3 films. However, each of the films is not its own individual story. So the last one just ends with them having a dragon egg and being chased by zombies. And then this one is like, well, all that noise, we're just going to go to the Magic Kingdom and have an adventure here with the goblins and the ghouls and stuff. In the last film, it ends with, oh, there's a war coming. And this one ends with, oh, there's a war coming. We've all got to team up. A lot of this is, like, if you have a look at the cover, it's like, oh, from the people that did Game of Thrones and stuff. So they've obviously gone like, oh yeah, people love dragons, people love swords, people love incest, people love like long promises of a big threat that's coming in many, many years' time. No, I don't like those things. Stop it. This film has too many elements and needs to focus on just a few of them. You've got the zombie army, you've got the whole dragon egg thing, you've got the whole prince doing a coup, you've got Retic the Lizard Man also doing a coup, a different coup, and you've got the villagers who go on their journey on a boat, you've got the Amazons who are like looking for their lost party members, and you've got the townsman who wants to be a knight, who I hated. Townsman who wants to be a knight, for example, had a bit of trouble in the last film with the knights. Then his lady friend got eaten by a dragon. In this one, he's like, oh man, I want to be a knight. And the knights are like, no, you can't be a knight, go away. And then he decides actually he's going to follow them and become a knight himself. And then at the end of this film, when he's met the knights again, where he's in the same location as them, he doesn't even be like, hey look, I've proved you wrong. Thumbs up. I hated it. Stupid townsman guy. There are too many monsters in this film. You've got the zombies, who all wear a uniform for some reason. You've got goblins, a werewolf, a minotaur, a lizard man, and something that looks like Nemesis from the Resident Evil things. But as it is, the film just feels like someone went to a Halloween shop, grabbed all of the scary masks, and then just dished some of them out to whoever was in the film. The DVD calls this film Dragon Kingdom. And then the title in the film actually calls itself The Dark Kingdom. So which is it, all right? How bad is this film that it doesn't even know what it's called? And whilst Dark Kingdom is more apt for the story, it is a boring title. There's an odd bit where George, he decides to take watch, as he always does in these. And he's fighting some zombies at night by himself. And I thought later it was going to be revealed that, oh my god, he's been bitten. Just like in the last film that I hadn't seen when I had that thought. But then it never goes anywhere. He's not been bitten, apparently. And he doesn't even mention, like, bloody hell, last night I got attacked by some zombies. Don't worry, I sworded them to death, though. Why are the dragon eggs so small when the dragon is so massive? Oh yeah, the townsman, more on him, who I hated. He carries around this spear type thing that but he doesn't use that at all. And I've seen 2 films now. Why is he carrying around this spear? I know this isn't a real country set, you know, in any specific part of history, but there are things from different eras in these films, and it winds me up. The royals dress like they're Tudors. There's a kind of Oliver Cromwell era suit of armour. And the ships appear to be kind of from the 17th or 18th century. Just pick a time zone film. CGI bird that the Amazons are flying appears to be a different colour to the real bird that actually lands on one of their arms. There's a terrible bear monster thing. So we don't see it up close. We see it in the background and everyone's like, oh my god, a monster. And it looks like someone's wearing a bearskin rug. and then that monster runs off because it's scared of something and later turns up dead. So you think, oh my god, there must be a really big scary monster around. And we never learn what killed that monster. Fucking ridiculous. The villagers on the boat. Anyway, so the villagers get on the boat and they have a scene talking to the boat crew. And then the villagers are inside the boat and one of the boat crew comes up and says, like, look man, you got to come talk to the captain on deck. He wants to know where we're going and why we're going there. Why would they have set sail without having that conversation? Surely just have all of that information whilst you're on the deck and then have another conversation if you need it with the villagers going, oh, I'm so scared because we're going to a mysterious land and the zombies and the dragons and such. But they didn't do that because this is terrible. Why is there only one desk in the whole castle that keeps moving from room to room when they need it? Looks like a school desk. And the princess negotiates with the rock monster, and it seems like the gang have learned their lesson, not to just try and stab away their problems. And then they stab away the rest of the problems in this film. The rock monster and the Minotaur have the same issue. They're presumably someone on stilts, or someone with just really long legs. But the legs are so long that the rest of them is not in proportion, so they need longer arms and so on and so forth. The rock monster doesn't know the word kindness, but it does know how to fist bump, and apparently it does know every other single word in the English language. The princess is all like, thank you for showing us kindness, and it's all like, kindness. But the rest of the conversation was fine. One of the knights, or some of the knights, say nobody goes into the Dark Kingdom ever returns, and apparently some of those people do get to those kind of sandstone quarry tunnel things because there's graffiti written all over them, so that was interesting. Tried to read some of it. I think it said 1909, so obviously people have been doing the graffiti for a while there. The Amazon women, who did have a name, but after 2 films I haven't bothered to learn it, kept saying, we're being watched. Do you want to give any more helpful information about it, or are you just going to be vague? And one of the 2 Amazon women gets carried away by the little goblins and presumably killed. And no one's even like, what happened to her? Or, oh, I'm so sad because our friend died. Richard, the knight, is dragged away by a werewolf. And then we see him fighting goblins. And then he's fighting the werewolf again. Why did the werewolf take a smoke break? When he kills that werewolf, he's all like, some kind of carnivore. And that really felt like it should be a joke then. Like a James Bond style quip where he's like, sit, bad dog, something along those lines, but it wasn't. George the Knight seems to have magic powers, because when he's having his fisticuffs with Retic the Lizard Man, he's about 6 feet away from him, but yet somehow the guy's still reacting to his punches. Strange. We just saw George get stabbed in the side, and he's all like, ah, and Richard's all like, that's going to leave a mark in the morning. And then the very next shot is, showing him with no wound in that exact same area. Why are you doing this to me, film? You're stressing me out. George does a very good, are you not entertained? Pose from Gladiator in their arena. That's nice. And then Retic the Lizard Man does the same sort of arms open wide pose, like, ah, yeah. He does that too many times, though. He does it like 15,000 times, maybe. Didn't like it. One of Retic's goons is a man with an axe, and he is just standing in the back doing nothing during the final fight. So he's obviously not very invested in the Lizard Man's coup. Also, Retic refers to himself as the Lord of the Dark Kingdom many, many times. I feel he's insecure. I don't know why the goblins and the zombies are fighting in the final fight, because it seems like they should be on the same side. And I do like the way that they put candles on the floor in the castle to cover up most of the plug sockets, but not all. Rating out of 5 beers. When the arrow was fired at the rock monster and it bounced off, and I think it was Richard said, stop it, you're just annoying it, that was pretty funny. It says no animals or demonic creatures were harmed in the making of this film. Again, pretty funny. But I would give this 4 beers out of 5. It doesn't resolve any of the plots that it sets up, to be honest. And it was a 3 beers out of 5 originally. But then the one before, which I watched after, it just upset me and it annoyed me, so it changed the score.